popping pussy like pimples. Send my brother like kinfolk. You get spotted, it's simple.
And it gives you a true appreciation of the power of Mother Nature. From a ship caught in a hurricane to a chemical tanker in rough seas, here are 5 monster waves that were caught on camera. There are tens of thousands of ships sailing the oceans at any given moment, both large and small. The vast majority of the time, conditions are fine. Calm winds, smooth waters, and sunny skies.
Water turn us into
It's also not that big of a deal for captains to have to go through bad weather. However, there is one thing that will definitely challenge the courage of even the most seasoned ship's captain, and that's the knowledge that you may have to sail through hurricane conditions. In this video, shot by Big Wave Master 1 in the North Sea, we get a glimpse into what it's like to sail through hurricane conditions. The ship, an emergency response and rescue vehicle, is built for weathering these waves, and will sail in this weather to rescue any helpless vessels caught in the storm. Swell after swell pound the ship's hull. I don't know about any of you, but I don't think I'd want to get caught in this.
Yeah, they wouldn't pay me enough to do that. I am not gonna cap to you. That's crazy. But you know, them waves get so tall that it's basically like you going down a roller coaster when you start going down on the downside of some of those waves, bro. Like, the camera don't even do justice for how big. Dang. I guess it did do some justice just then.
As mentioned, the ship's built to withstand these conditions, and the captain and crew are trained to stay composed in the midst of being tossed around by the unrelenting seas.
That's crazy.
No doubt,
Yo, what's good,
the
Zane? How you doing,
must
brother?
make things on board pretty uncomfortable.
Yes,
but
sir.
It's what comes with the job. As for the rest of us,
Bro, the North Sea
we will
is
have to rely on
treacherous,
footage
my
like
boy.
this to tell the tale. The North Sea is one of the most volatile bodies of water anywhere on Earth.
It's not even that big either.
Here, the warm waters from the Gulf Stream collide with near-Arctic conditions from the northern Atlantic and Scandinavian countries. These can produce some incredibly fierce weather conditions, which also lead to very turbulent seas. But it is also an area that is rich with oil and other natural resources.
I'm very afraid of such things. Hey, bro, water don't play. It don't matter how brave. If you scared or if you're not scared,
what
that
people
water
tend
will,
to forget is that these oil rigs,
water will
which are
make
as
us know that
large
we're
and
human
sometimes
real quick.
larger than ships, actually float, although they are tethered to the ocean floor. So, although they are like floating towns, they're also at the mercy of the pounding waves. On January 10th, 2015, the oil rig Borgholm Dolphin found itself in the middle of a huge storm.
I did not know the oil rigs
The video shows the large platform listing from side to side as the ocean rises and falls. Even though the platform itself sits around 60 feet above the water, the spray from the pounding waves actually reaches up onto the deck.
That's crazy. I guess it makes sense that water is definitely... That is crazy. Yeah, water don't play, bruh. That's 60 feet above air, and that water coming up there like it ain't nothing. 60 feet above water. Yeah, the ocean is just, the ocean is crazy.
Concealed beneath the water, the oil rig has a few turbines that help keep it in the same position, preventing the wind and tides from moving it out of place. Large ballast tanks help store or purge water to keep it perfectly balanced. As you can see, though, they can only do so much when faced with massive waves.
Of course. The water in the ocean don't play.
We'd like to say that our next video would take us to a different part of the world, but we're staying in the North Sea yet again. Are you seeing a pattern here? When we said that the North Sea has some of the most volatile weather in the world, we weren't exaggerating. Not only was this video also taken in the North Sea, it was once again taken from the deck of an emergency response and rescue vehicle as they patrol the waters for any vessels that are in distress.
See, that's dead, bruh. They just went up and over that wave. How did the boat not flip? That's crazy, bruh. Oh my goodness. And then there's another wave coming straight after that. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. Maybe our job's not so bad, bro. That's facts, Daniel, man, bro. That shit crazy, bro. Ain't no way you couldn't pay me $1 million an hour to go work in that shit. I would never do that shit. Hell fucking no. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way. Ain't no money in the world can make me do that shit. Water. Water's too strong. Water OP.
This video was shot during a 3-day patrol searching for distressed ships in the area.
How are you gonna find any ships
was doing its
in
dangerous
that type of
patrol
water?
in the middle of January, which is one of the coldest months of the year.
I don't even understand.
Although
how do you
not
go
common
out
in
and
these
search for a
areas,
ship
it is still
in weather like
possible
that?
for sea spray to
Can't even
freeze
see
onto the edge of ships.
You gotta focus on
making
living.
them top-heavy
And you out here looking
prone
for
to
folks.
tipping over. Luckily, in this situation,
shit crazy.
the temperature was just warm enough to keep that from happening.
That shit crazy.
When talking about monster waves, how could we leave out tsunamis?
Yeah.
Tsunamis start
You don't
far
never
out
wanna
at
walk
sea
out on the
after
beach and
water
see
has
all
been
the water going
displaced
away
by a
from the
large
shore.
earthquake. Very few people have ever witnessed what these tsunamis look like when they're that far out at sea. However, a camera on a Japanese Coast Guard ship in March of 2011 caught the action. As the ship is sailing, it is clear to see that the horizon looks slightly off. The sea has risen quite high in the distance. If you look closely at the left,
Bro, that shit
it almost appears that
goes
there's
forever.
a small mountain of water. Upon seeing this, the captain knew that he had absolutely no recourse other than to sail right for it and ride over the wave.
Bro, that man's crazy, but he's right, because if you turn sideways, that shit is gonna literally just... You're cooked. You're fucking cooked, bro. Their only option was to go straight. Like, look at that fucking... Nah, bro. Couldn't pay me, bro. You could not pay me for that shit. Did they both break? That's crazy.
Obviously, this wave was nothing the ship couldn't handle.
Right,
To the captain, it was just another swell to sail over. But that isn't the point. This wave would ultimately be responsible for billions of dollars in damages on the mainland, not to mention the loss of thousands of lives.
Nah, that's
It
facts.
is one of the
They
only
don't play.
times where we get to see the origins of one of the most cataclysmic events in modern history.
That shit crazy, bro. That North Sea don't play, big dog.
The North Sea isn't the only place where severe weather and monster waves exist. Back in April of 2021, sailors on board a chemical tanker watched helplessly as massive waves pounded their ship out in the Atlantic Ocean. The video was filmed by Andre M. and gives a great insight into just the type of conditions these sailors experience.
Bro, you's tweaking, big dog. Like, what? Why are you driving towards that, bro? That just looks... That fucking water, bro. Ain't no way I'm doing that, bro. Ain't no way. I'm surprised that boat's still together, bro. Gee. They can't even make it over the wave. They couldn't even make it over that one, bro. That boat sound like it's breaking. What's all that noise? The creaking and shit.
Wave after wave pounded the vessel, sending water and mist onto the deck. In the background, you can hear the wind whipping and ship creaking as it gets tossed around.
Yeah, I thought that
Watching
shit was
this,
creaking.
I can't help but
sound like it's
imagine
gonna
what it
fall
would have
apart.
been like traversing this many years ago. Back when ships were much smaller and made of wood, it would have been one hell of a terrifying
$10 million
experience.
an hour, and I'm still not going out there. I'm not gonna cap.
Choppy seas are not anything new
Why is
to
the
ship
ocean so
captains.
dirty, bro? What
Things
is
are
that?
made a lot easier when you have a bigger ship. Some of the largest ships sailing the world's oceans today are cargo ships, but even with their massive sizes, they aren't exactly immune to problems from rough waters and large waves. Captains still have to know how to properly deal with them and sail through them. Should the ship be in the wrong position, it could really damage the cargo and even pose a risk to the ship itself. Just off the coasts of France and Spain lies the Bay of Biscay. On this particular day, a fully loaded cargo ship was on a voyage to transport its payload when it came upon some bad weather. When this video starts, things are already in a pretty bad state.
It's going to the wrong.
The ship has found itself being thrown about by waves and rough seas.
Yeah.
However, the main source of the danger wasn't in the weather or the rough seas.
The way they're facing.
It was in how the ship was loaded.
Oh, how it was loaded? Like the weight proportions? They're cooked. That shit look like it's gonna flip, bruh. How is that stuff not falling off already? So because one wave hit them and their load is incorrectly...
Weight distribution is very important when it comes to ship safety. When done properly, it can actually help protect a ship from listing or rocking during bad weather. However, when done improperly, it can actually pose a real threat to the ship, even to the point of sinking. It is a rare occurrence, but there have been plenty of close calls. Large waves at sea are much more of a danger than we typically consider. While they may not pose much of a danger to us on the land, they definitely help us to appreciate the real power.
So they're not gonna
that
show
our
us if the
planet
ship
can
flipped or not? That was it? Bro, that's crazy, bro. They were supposed to show us if the dang ship flipped, bro. That's crazy.
Ay, 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 how you made this shit go? Bitch, I got gas like a sicko. She poppin' pussy like